Hey people, it's Temi if you're new here, and today I'm going to show you how I got my nails.
These are Christmas nails and I know we're in February, but please bear with me.
Obviously, because on my art channel, you always see my hands. I get this question a lot. I do my nails myself at home. I use the lazy girl method from, I think, Femi Beauty. I will find her and link her channel down below. But it makes the process so easy. It's not actual like acrylic, so I don't need to be molding or shaping. It's probably easier than you think, and you can definitely do this at home. It just takes me so long for whatever reason. But I will break down the technique today, and yeah, let's go.
First step is to take off my previous nails. Let me know if you want to know how I do this down in the comments and I can make a future video about it. With clean nails, the first thing I'm going to do is prep. And the main thing I do is to get rid of my cuticles. So I use this cuticle remover and I leave it on for a little while before I scrape it off. I also use my tiny scissors to cut off some of the cuticle as well. I don't really mess about with cutting my skin because I'm not really sure how to do that, but I find that just cutting off the cuticle like this works for me. Here are the tools you need. A UV lamp, you can just use a regular one, but I also have a smaller one for flash curing. Nail extensions in your desired shape. Polygel and a slip solution. Nail file and an e-file if you've got one. Nail polishes, so the colors you need, and also a base and a top coat. Acetone. The rest of these are extras and definitely not compulsory. For prep, a nail dehydrator and a nail primer will be good. A nail clip to hold the nail in place. And some brushes, some for nail art and to use with the slip solution. I'll link all of these supplies down in my Amazon store, don't worry. Now to begin the nail application. The first thing you want to do is to find which nail sizes best fit your nail bed. And when you found them all, you want to file down the bottom of the nail. This is just so that it's a better fit for your actual cuticle. Next, I'm going to use my e-file to slightly file down the surface just to remove the shiny layer. And then on my real nails, I've just washed my hands and I'm cleaning my nail with acetone and then using the nail dehydrator to get any excess oils off my nails. And now I'm using the primer. It's really sticky and I'm just applying that on all of my fingers. Next, I'm applying the base coat on all of my fingernails as well. And I'm setting this for 60 seconds. And now here's the lazy girl method. So you apply the base coat on the inside of your nail and you don't cure this. And then you put the polygel on the inside, dip the brush in the slip solution to spread the polygel, apply the nail onto your finger and use the clip to clip it in place. Then you want to use the brush to clean off the excess before you flash cure for around 15 seconds. And that's the basic technique, so I'll show you again. Apply the base coat on the inside of the nail, put the polygel on the inside, put the polygel on your nail, and then cure it on it. So the polygel here basically acts as an adhesive, and that's what sticks the fake nail to your real nails. And after I've done this for my whole hand, I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds. Next, I'm just going to cut each nail to the length I want it. This is around the length I like it. And then I'm going to use my left hand to measure out my right hand. After cutting, it'll have some very sharp edges. So I'm just going to file the nail lightly. I don't really have to do much shaping because the nail shape I bought is already the shape I want. But sometimes some of the polygel comes down the side. So I'm just filing it all to make sure everything is nice and neat. I'm also filing the bottom of the nail so that it doesn't like bend over. And that is the nail application done. Now for the nail design, I'm going to pick which color I want to use. Because this was a Christmas design, I'm looking for a red and these two catch my attention. I need to decide which one best fits the vibe I want for today. And that will be the first one, A13. So for the nail design, I'm first going to apply a base coat on all of my fingers. And I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds. Now to apply the color. So for the candy cane design, I'm painting some of the nails in red and some in white. And then I will do the red stripes later. After I've got all the color on this first coat, I will cure this for 60 seconds. Next, I'm applying a second coat of each color. And I'm going to cure it this time for 120 seconds. Now I'm going to apply the top coat. So for majority of the fingers, that is the nail design done. But for the finger that will have the candy cane design, I still want all of the polish I've applied so far to be completely dry. So I'm applying a top coat on all the fingers and curing this for 120 seconds. Now for the nail design. I've decided to try using the washi tape neck technique, and I'm cutting out the strips I want. So it would be a lot easier if I had actual strips, but because I don't, this is a bit of a DIY. I'm cutting out the strips I want to the appropriate thicknesses and applying them on my finger. I'm also cutting out some thinner strips just to change it up a little bit, and it's a bit of a weird one to get your head around because what is left white on the nail at the moment is actually going to be red, and what's being covered by the yellow washi tape is going to be left white. After I've got my washi tape on, I'm applying the red nail polish. And again, I watched a few tutorials and most of them said you want to apply it in the direction of the stripes. And so that's what I'm doing. And when I've got it all covered, I'm going to set this first coat for 60 seconds. I'm going to apply a second coat doing the exact same thing, following the same direction. And I'm not going to set this coat. So I'm just going to peel off the washi tape, and at first it's looking good, but you'll soon see a lot of the edges are not straight at all. And honestly, I watched loads of different tutorials before I attempted this, and this seemed to be the best kind of option, setting the first coat but not the second one, but it looks like I'll have to clean up anyway. After I've taken the washi tape off, I'm going to set it for another 60 seconds. And now I'm taking this very thin long brush. I think brushes like this make it really easy to create straight lines. And I'm just going to try to neaten up the edges. Initially I put the gel polish on this paper towel, but I think that was soaking it up a little too much. So I actually changed and I put it on paper. And I'm also putting a dollop of white nail polish as well, because I'm going to use the white to also go over some of the red to neaten up the edges. And cleaning this up is really what tied the whole thing together. I think I attempted the washi tape thing because I'm always scared to do really complicated designs, because when it comes to doing my non-dominant hand, then it gets really difficult. So I like the fact that I have most of it filled out, but then I can just be careful to clean up the edges. And when I'm done tidying it up, I'm going to set it for 120 seconds before I apply a generous top coat, making sure I cap the edges, and then I'm going to set it for another 120 seconds, probably even longer, because you really want to make sure. And that's it. Here's how both hands turned out. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sure you enjoyed this video next.